Hello, welcome to my channel. This is the 5th Townie makeover video I am doing, and the first of the Townie makeovers from Oasis Springs. I wasn't super stoked to make over these 3 blonde dudes, but honestly the family has got a lot of lore from the other games and stuff, and it's been a while since I was able to go through the history of these families, since the Spencer Kim Lewis household wasn't in previous games. So today we'll be giving makeovers to 4 Sims: Nancy Landgraab, Geoffrey Landgraab, Malcolm Landgraab, and their disowned son, Johnny Zest, which I will get to the lore behind that later, of course, which honestly there isn't enough lore to explain anything, but whatever. Now, for the Townie makeovers, I've decided to kind of just do all the base game Townies, and then do whatever Townies I think are fun after that. We'll do the roomies, the calientes, and whatever else I'm forgetting, and then we'll move on to cool Townies from Windenburg or something. Family history. The Landgraabs are notoriously very wealthy throughout the Sims franchise. They showed up in The Sims 1, 2, 3, and 4, and Busting Out, and featured some different family members in each game. The Landgraab industries appear in many places in the games, most in the form of real estate and companies that they own. The Sims Medieval also has some Sims under the Landgraab name who are, of course, the richest in the kingdom. Sims and The Sims Busting Out, the family included 4 family members: Malcolm and Mom Landgraab, who are married with 2 children, Dudley and Mimi Landgraab. Mom Landgraab caught my attention because her name is literally Mom, and in The Sims 2, she's the mother of the player, which is kind of hilarious. But other than a sim posted to the gallery in The Sims 4, Mom does not exist. We in The Sims 4 are motherless, it seems. In The Sims 2 Open for Business, Malcolm Landgraab IV is the only living Landgraab, and he owns 2 community lots, but he's also technically unemployed. The Sims 3 is where we are introduced to the family we know as Geoffrey, Nancy, and Malcolm. Nancy is the one who was born a Landgraab, and Geoffrey took her name. Nancy is a business tycoon, and Geoffrey is a doctor who's generally quite mild-mannered. There are also several events and pop-ups that mention Landgraab family members that are not actual Sims, such as Magnus Landgraab is a notorious criminal whose plans apparently never work, and Francis Landgraab is a food critic, and so on. So Malcolm is a recurring character in all of the games, but it's also a little confusing because in The Sims, the alternate universe, he is a teenager. But it does look like the official family tree has Nancy as the daughter of Chester and Queenie Landgraab, and her son Malcolm is the original Malcolm from the first game, who is married to Mom. So that snooty Malcolm Landgraab from The Sims 4 is gonna grow up and marry our mom, the player's mom, which makes him our dad. And I'm not a fan of that. I don't like him. The Landgraabs are the definition of old money, which, to be honest, I don't really know what that means enough to say that, but I did try to replicate it in the makeovers, but you may see that I don't, or maybe I do. I couldn't tell you, because it was hard. I couldn't get a grasp on what that aesthetic even means, but I don't think EA always did the best job dressing them either, so it's whatever. The Sims 4 being an alternate universe is always so trippy and weird, who's only ever played The Sims 4, because in this alternate universe, Malcolm and Nancy have turned evil. In 3, Malcolm was a good sim, and previous Nancys were snobbish, but generally kind businesswoman, while Sims 4 Nancy is a criminal. Geoffrey is no longer in medicine, but a secret agent, which is interesting, considering his wife is a criminal. I don't know if they know each other's careers. The Sims 4 bio for their family suggests maybe they don't, or they hide it from the rest of the world to keep the inner tension of the family from getting out into the public. Their Sims 4 bio reads, "The Landgraabs seem like the perfect family. Wealthy, well-mannered, brilliant. But Nancy and Geoffrey are each hiding something. Will their secrets tear them apart, or will they continue to build a wealthy dynasty?" So Johnny Zest is only existent in The Sims 4. His bio is, Johnny Zest has the stage name and the dream, but maybe not the talent. Disowned by the Landgraabs for quitting school, Johnny wants to make his own fame and fortune as a stand-up comedian. Because his name is the stage name, he could potentially be an alternate version of another sim that has existed in previous games, such as Dudley Landgraab from the previous games, as his trailer home is similar to Dudley's, even though they are in completely different spots in the family tree, so it wouldn't really make sense. It's weird because he has been confirmed to be Nancy and Geoffrey's son, but in game, they're not said as being related at all, and maybe the Sims team is just lazy, but we know that they are at least relatives. When Growing Together came out, they had a little, promotional thing where it labeled a infant Johnny Zest and Nancy as, she was his relative. It's okay, so are they mother and son? Or or what's the relation here? But I feel like they kind of have to be because there's no other Landgraabs in the game, and who else could disown him? I don't know. I think Sims team doesn't have the best reputation for making, like, the storylines they say they have exist in game. It's just a big mess. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the individual Sims and makeovers. A little more detail. Geoffrey Landgraab is lead detective in the secret agent career with a high mischief skill and the family-oriented, outgoing, and good traits, as well as a successful lineage aspiration. Looks very much like your average dad. He doesn't look like a secret agent, business tycoon, rich man, or anything like that. So I tried to keep that because that's the way he is. And he is very different from his wife. I'll say that because Nancy Landgraab is a minor crime lord in the criminal career with ambitious snob materialistic traits and the fabulously wealthy aspiration. He toyed with the idea of being an artist in San Myshuno for a while, but she then settled into be a crime lord, which I guess is the natural progression. When I was making her over, I kept getting creeped out by her. She's got huge eyes and such a tiny nose, and I feel like she's had so much plastic surgery, which is no shame, but like, she looks like it. She was looking really uncanny when I put skin details on her because it made her face look so smooth and she was just staring at me. But I just made her eyes a little less huge and did some CC magic, and I think she looks appropriately scary. Because sometimes people with a lot of filler are scary, and I feel like she would fit under that category. In my head, Malcolm Landgraab has always been a snobby kid, and I don't like him. And I was right. He's an evil snob who wants to be a public enemy, so I hate the original hair color he had, so I made it a little bit more of his dad's color and tinted it a little more yellow with mods. I dressed him in something I would imagine a snobby kid would wear, and I tried to make his hair like high, because for some reason his original hair is like a cone in his head, and his skull looks flat if you give him a low rising hair. Last but debatably least, Johnny Zest is a aspiring entertainer in the comedy branch. He is an ambitious goofball outgoing sim and aspires to be a joke star, of course. I made him look a tad bit less put together in my version because for one, I couldn't find any CC that looked as like put together as his original. He gives the vibes he's still trying to look like a Landgraab a little bit, like a put together comedian, like the most put together comedian you could do. He lives in a trailer home and was disowned by the Landgraab, so I feel like I probably should have stuck with his original look because I feel like it says a lot about his character that he was still trying to dress all put together. But male CC is so limited. I couldn't find anything that actually resembled what he was wearing in the original, so I just gave up and I tried to find something that was good. Honestly, that's about it for them. I feel like they are relatively boring and in many ways, but I tried to make them look interesting. I'll do a little side-by-side comparison, or not side-by-side, but I'll do a little transitional comparison at the end of the video. And this is a shorter video because, of course, I'm working very hard to get you guys to Dead of Night 16. It's a hard episode for me to make. I still haven't figured out all the details of it, which is super concerning. Because I've just been so busy. I've been so busy and I've been having such a hard time putting the story together. So I need to do that, and then I need to record like a lot of cinematic. It's just gonna be a big episode. So episode 17 will also be a big episode because that's like the main plot finale. And after that, we're gonna relax a little bit. But next week I'll be posting another cast video just to, you know, give myself time to prepare for Dead of Night 16. I would love to hear your comments, no matter if you're watching this 5 years from now or like 2 minutes after it came out. Yeah, like, subscribe, comment, whatever YouTube likes. I used to like have an outro where I said that, but I haven't been doing that at all. Do what you want, I guess. Goodbye.